And good evening, everyone. And this is Debbie, and I'm co-hosting with Jackie, I guess, and she's sitting here. And we are here, and David Silverman will be here shortly on our team phone call, which we do every single Monday night. We come together as a team, as a family, as a group to kind of share experiences and move forward and hear about announcements or anything fabulous that's happening. And we've had quite a week. Jackie and I are exhilarated by this Eric Ward training, but we're also, it's been a lot. But we've gotten quite a few tidbits on it. And she was just on her own team phone call giving some of her own takeaways. So I might have some of you share some of those if you've been listening to it. So that's what's been happening this past week, mostly. I mean, it started last Wednesday. It'll end tomorrow. He's going to have a big lineup tomorrow with a lot of really big names: Grant Cardone, Sylvester Stallone, some of the other big really names in network marketing. And so it should be quite exciting. It'll probably go longer than 2 hours tomorrow. So be prepared. And I want to give a shout out. So we usually start with announcements, so I'm just going to start doing that. And I know I see Carolyn Hoffman on, and I think that's great because David didn't quite capture some of the things, but I want to congratulate her because she did a Facelift Friday. And last week, I think there were over 50 women on that Facelift Friday, which is absolutely fantastic. And I hear you're going to be, well, why don't you announce, are you going to be doing that every week or at this point?
I can see this is going to become a permanent thing.
Doesn't have to. It could be once a month or whatever.
No, we are actually running one this coming Friday at 1 o'clock and again at 7:30.
1 Eastern and 7:30 Eastern. Okay.
Yeah, 1 o'clock and 7:30 Eastern.
Okay, and is it the same information as last week?
I've done individual Eventbrite links for it because I was deluged last week with people reaching out to me for contact info for just tons of people that I didn't know. So to take that burden off, because I just don't have time to keep doing that from the place. Right. I posted in the WhatsApp groups, like our group, Debbie, and the TTA group, and also the AAA group. I have posted 2 individual Eventbrite links in there.
Okay.
So everybody needs to go in there because that will give you the registration automatically. It will take you to the Zoom event, and it'll actually send you a little reminder of when the Zoom's starting, and you just click on it and you go straight in. So it makes it easier. You can use that for your guests as well. So you can invite. Okay. And in both of those groups, I created a social media post that talks about the event times, but says PM me for an Eventbrite link so that you control over who responds to you.
Okay, perfect. Well, congratulations. That was spectacular. And
I just wanted to follow up on the post somebody posted in there. It's 2 entirely different Zoom numbers, and password is still welcome, but you won't get those numbers unless you register through the Eventbrite. So it's too complicated otherwise to keep on.
Right. No, that's very understandable.
And that way it also helps because if you have somebody who does attend and you want to know whether they were on there, at least I'll have the names of everybody that's registering, so I can always at least check that for anyone who said, if you can't be on it, did my guest arrive? So hopefully I can be helpful.
Don't put that out either.
You're right.
You'll be a secretary for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Well, if there was somebody very important, I'm sure we could probably message you, but otherwise, you should know if your people are on, hopefully, so we don't have to bother her. Did you also want to announce Tuesdays? Your 10-minute tip?
Yeah, right. I can't keep up with them. We do have a tip talk. My team are in charge so much that actually I'm really not on top of it this week as to who I know Irene, I think in your group, is doing a testimonial. Right. If Risa or Susan Grizzard, who tend to post and
Yeah, it's Irene Reese and Virginia Almond. And I believe Irene is talking about liver and bladder testimonial. She's got a lot, but she's gonna be kind of talking about that. And Virginia Almond is gonna be talking about her arm mobility with the Renew 28 when Buffy put it on her in the beginning. And then she's also been drinking the liquid. I mean, well, obviously she's been drinking the ASEA and what else did she have on there? I forgot. We just talked today, but there was something else that she mentioned. I can't remember automatically. Oh, it was knees walking up the stairs after a couple days. So she may incorporate that too. But yeah, great testimonials tomorrow. Both of them are going to be on at 1:10 and 7:10.
Perfect.
And
And
then
that's
of course
all
I'm
Eastern time.
doing Ask the Doctor at 8.
Of course you are.
So it's
Why
non-stop.
don't you knight your husband as a doctor and let him take that one time?
There you go.
Consider me cloned.
All right, you're cloned. No, well, that should be a great week. So every night, and David was supposed to have sent this to me, so and
I'm here.
You're here.
I
right.
emailed it to you.
You emailed it to me. Okay. I've been on another team phone call. Sorry.
Okay, I've got it though.
Okay.
You want it? The
Sure.
schedule
You
for
wanna bring it up?
Yeah, the schedule for the week.
Yep, but we already went over Carolyn's, so all of Carolyn's.
Carolyn's got stuff rocking and
I
rolling, I'll tell you
know.
that.
She's got 5 or 6 things today.
Oh,
This week.
man. Unbelievable. Okay. We had such a good time in Charlottesville. I was down. This is the first time I've been anywhere. We had just a great evening, and then good spending time with Carolyn and Paul and Dorothy and everybody. So just real quick, I'll attach this in a second so you can just pull it down and we'll put it on the Facebook groups. But today, well, we did that this morning, which was phenomenal. It was with Edwina Lee. We're on this right now. This is afterwards. This is really people who are in the 7-day recruiting challenge will really appreciate this a lot. And by the way, tomorrow is the last day of the challenge and anybody can get in to it. And it's a special 4-hour training. And the people who are in it are getting, I mean, really, I'm getting amazing things out of it. Everybody's pulling pearls. So then you talked about Carolyn's 10-minute talks tomorrow, right?
Yep, we did.
And she's doing Ask the Doctor tomorrow night. Did you talk about that one?
Yes, we did.
All right. And then Bill DeBronze, the yellow ones are for guests, right? And so then there's a Bill DeBronze training.
Mhm.
What's the topic on that? Do you know, Deb?
No, I do not.
Okay. And then Wednesday night is always opportunity night. And Danielle Matthews does an amazing job on that
It's gonna be a-
presentation. 9 p.m. Eastern, New York time, every night of the week, there is something at discoverasea.com. Mondays is training, the rest is for guests. Then Thursday, I'll have to talk to Jean. I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't do this in the morning. Jean's going to be doing this for the Philippines, a guest for an event at 7:30 a.m. New York time on Thursday evening. That's 8:30 a.m. It's 8:30 p.m. Philippines time. Alan Noble's doing an incredible. By the way, if you didn't see the one from last Thursday night with Alan Noble, please go to discoverasea.net. Discoverasea.net. Shannon might be on here. It was the testimonial. It was amazing. And Friday night, I found out that
She is.
she is on. She was just amazing. Amazing. I've sent it to everybody. And Friday, they're interviewing Dr. Foster Malmond, who's on the medical board of the company. He's a chiropractor. That's Friday night. So that's what's going on. I'll attach this document and that's it.
Hey, David, this is Catherine Krieger.
Hey, Catherine.
Hey, sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted to mention, I was in the backstage pass on the challenge. And what I heard was that they were extending the challenge to Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that for everybody?
I believe so. I believe so. I think it is. Yes. But you all might want to hear that, tomorrow in,
Okay.
on, but that's what they said in the back pass or the
Is the 4-hour one tomorrow or not tomorrow?
Yes, the 4-hour one is tomorrow. Starts at 2 goes 4 hours. That's what he said. Yes.
Okay.
And then he said that there was like, these, exciting news that they're going to be extending it for 2 days.
Awesome. Did you
Free.
see, have you all seen how many people have joined that site?
Yes.
240,000 people.
And
That's
by the way, it is, David, it is for everybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the backstage and it's for everybody Wednesday and Thursday, just so you can clear your calendars.
But they're not all 4 hours, just tomorrow's 4 hours, right?
I have no idea how
Yeah,
long
that's-
the other two are.
I believe that that's right. Yes. Tomorrow's 4 hours and then they're back to about 2 hours.
Okay.
Tomorrow is really important because they're gonna have, what's his name, Pat Quinn, whom everyone right now is hiring to tell your story. He's incredible.
Yeah, this is powerful stuff. I mean, you're getting so much. It's just a matter of employing it, using it. So, okay.
I'm gonna be on the road, traveling. I'm gonna try to listen while I'm driving tomorrow. But anything that happens, I would really appreciate if somebody takes good notes, because I won't be able to do it.
It's available for 24 hours there.
Yeah, but I won't be able to do it. It's
Oh.
a funeral and there's no way.
Okay.
So, if that's possible, it'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry for your loss. Okay. All right, Deb, that was
Okay.
all the announcements I had.
Okay. I was gonna have people kind of speak up about what maybe some of their takeaways. If you'd like to do that, or we can welcome new people, basically. If we have somebody that wants to get a guest on before it gets too much later.
Well, my takeaways from today, as you've seen in the post on the WhatsApp, Les Brown.
Yes.
Oh my God. I mean, I feel like I'm going to go Ambassador Triple Diamond tomorrow after that. So that was amazing. And Trent Shelton. Wow. Trent Shelton was the NFL guy,
Uh-huh.
the black guy.
So what was the takeaway?
The takeaway was don't quit. And don't let what people think about you affect, just keep going. And he was just amazing. I actually went to YouTube and watched a couple of his videos today. And he's just a really neat, down-to-earth guy. So those were my two takeaways.
I'll just say that that's what all diamonds did. They didn't quit and they didn't care what other people thought that didn't know what they were talking about,
Amen.
Wendy, would you agree that I don't care what people think?
That is true.
She says that is true.
I'll second that.
When they're all going to eat crow later and they'll eventually be on the products and it doesn't matter. Who cares? I mean,
Absolutely.
I think we feel like we're trying to help people, like we're in a building and it's on fire and we come down the hall and we tell people the building's on fire, get out. And they're like, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, get out. I'm trying to save your life. Oh, thank you very much. It's okay. And that's what we kind of feel like, and it's like, hey, you want to burn? I'm trying to help you.
Exactly. Well, we just asked first, does anyone have anyone new on? I didn't hear anyone speak up.
Hi, Debbie. It's Randine Christoph.
Hi, Randine.
I was just chiming in because I wanted to share my excitement that I just enrolled over the last couple of days to preferred customers, not
Yes,
associates, but things are happening.
that's fantastic. I think that is
Awesome.
absolutely great. And I have seen those notices, so congratulations.
Yeah, and preferred customers don't feel bad if nobody should ever feel like, oh, gee, it's not an associate, but that's okay. I mean, a lot of these people will end up becoming associates. They'll give you referrals. It's a win to get customers and just got to follow up with them and plug them into the VIP customer site on Facebook.
Right. I was going to just ask preferred customers can join in this Monday as well, right?
Oh, absolutely, sure.
Okay. They
Right.
just they couldn't tonight, but they've already talked to me. Well, one of them talked to me already about, well, I'll refer people to it when they ask me stuff when I'm drinking the pouch or whatever. And I said, that's great. And eventually maybe they will end up under you.
Exactly. But yeah, no, if they come on, they kind of see a bigger vision of what this really is, because they see, like tonight we have 64 people on. So we usually have a good number of people on that are doing this, and you usually hear incredible stories and stuff like that. So if we don't have too many guests on tonight, we can do our takeaways.
Maybe,
All right.
Mace
Thank
mentioned
you.
something. Maybe we do a customer appreciation night where it's like, I'm gonna invite, everybody invites their customers to this, and we do it a little differently, but they'll get a sense of the culture, and they'll get a sense, won't be a presentation because they already know the product works, but we can map it out, how we do it, how someone would get started sharing it with people they love if they wanted to,
Yeah,
It seems like there's so many customers coming in. I'm seeing tons of customers, which is
Yeah.
great.
exactly, which is great. So, okay, we could definitely do that.
Hey, I don't have someone brand new, but I want to welcome back Julie. She is ready to get started and rolling again with us, and she is on the call. I know David and Debbie, you guys met her in Salt Lake, I think. So I just want to welcome her back and not say I'm so excited for her to be back in action.
Well, welcome back, Julie.
Julie what's the last name?
Inman,
Oh, Inman. Right. Where is she? Is she here?
she was. Yep, she's on.
I'm still here.
Hi, Julie. Oh, hi, Julie.
Hey.
You look different.
Yeah, you look a little hairier.
Coop's a lot cuter than I am.
Well, what brings you back? What made you say let's take a run at this thing?
It was just time. And I recently moved back to Florida, so I got Jackie right in my back pocket.
Good. Yeah, well, it's good to have you back, and you were never gone, but sometimes the timing isn't right. Sometimes the need isn't strong enough, and things change, and this is always an option for everybody,
Yep.
It's great.
Hi, David and Debbie. Can you hear me?
Hey, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, guys? Hey, I have Casey on, and Casey she might be just listening on her phone. I invited her on. So I don't know if she's just listening in the background, but Casey's on her phone, and she's down in South Carolina. And anyway, she's just been on board the last couple months, but I invited her on the call. So Casey, can you hear us? If you are, you want to say hello, just unmute your phone on the lower left there.
Casey, can you hear us? I see phones. I see a bunch of iPhones, but I don't know.
It's just KACI. It's just the black screen. But again, she might be listening, so maybe she.
Oh, I see it. I see.
She has a 3-year-old, so maybe she's taking care of her. I invited her on and said, hey, listen in. So, maybe she's not even near the phone, but want to give her a shot.
I see her name. She must be
Yeah.
busy because I'm asking her to unmute. But
Yeah, we'll
welcome, Casey.
We'll get her another time.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome, Bob.
You bet.
Debbie and David, hi, everybody.
Hi, Jesse.
So I just wanted to say that with my dad, everybody knows my dad is really sick or whatever, and he's doing really well, but it's
Good.
had me put a lot of my enrolling and stuff kind of on the back burner, I feel like. But I have to say that the GoPro, when you said with the takeaway, has definitely given me some motivation. I contacted, and then David, your post today in Freedom, the chicken list was perfect timing too. I actually contacted, he was my injury lawyer. So, when I got hurt, I was assaulted at work, and he was my injury lawyer. And I contacted him over the weekend after listening to the GoPro, and he signed up. He's starting with 2 cases, and
Wow.
yep. So
Hey.
I was
Congratulations. That's
so-
great.
and then when David, you posted the chicken list thing today, I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I did. Cause that whole,
It's awesome.
so that
That's
was really
very
good.
awesome. Well,
That's great,
congratulations.
Jesse.
That's a great win.
Yeah,
I was
that
I was downloading
nice.
things to transfer to Florida, and I came across that video, and I thought, boy, this is a perfect time to send that video out about the chicken list, you know? And
It's so
and the reasons why. I mean, I think people feel a bit empowered right now to go after it, with everything they're learning in the recruiting challenge. And why not? Awesome.
Well, I signed up a customer.
What,
And I
Roz?
got her, I said, you've got to do it for 3 months. I'm not taking any no's. And she signed up.
Great.
That one was easy. I will say today, I really enjoyed Les Brown because the first convention we ever had, he was there. And I remember him so well. I always did. And I just think he's great to watch. I'm so glad he's doing well because he was sick.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm excited about my new person.
Customer.
I think she'll end up being an associate probably. We'll see.
That's wonderful, Roz. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Great.
Hi, the last couple weeks, she was on 2 weeks ago, but I'm not sure if Penny is on or not. And I know she has a Samsung. I see one that's a 7 or something. I think hers might be an 8, but if Penny is on, I would love for you to unmute and say hello. Penny lives in Australia, so it's tomorrow there, but she's expressed interest in wanting to come on the call, but you know, things get in the way when you're a day ahead sometimes.
Yeah,
So
she's there. I don't see her.
yeah,
I see Dr. Hong. Can you hear me, Vera? I think she just dropped. Oh, no, she's there. Vera, can you hear me? Can you unmute your line?
I unmuted the line. You want it muted?
Yeah, no. I wanted it unmuted. Have you been introduced? Did you introduce yourself last week? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay, well, I got to meet between last week and this week, I got to meet Vera. And she said, I said, would you like to get together before I leave for Florida? She said, yes. So I came and she says, is it okay if somebody comes? I said, yeah, sure. And I go and there were 6 people there. There were 6 people and we sat outside and had I had nice ceviche. She bought me lunch. I think she bought everybody lunch. It was really nice. Vera, it was nice meeting you and she's going at it. And the woman who was sitting next to you, Cynthia, she's Filipino. She looked at me and she said, Vera only does things big. So welcome. And she's in Amanda and Sapporn Hall and Peter Radu's group. But network marketing experience and just kind of saw it from the beginning. So gonna do some great things.
She lives in the Rockville area? Is that where you were?
DC, Tenleytown, right?
Okay.
Right, Vera?
Yes, I live in Tenleytown, but I also live in McLean, Virginia.
Huh. Yeah, I went to the wrong Guapos. There's a meet at Guapos on Wisconsin Avenue. I went to the one in Bethesda on Wisconsin Avenue. And I said, I'm here. She goes, I'm here. I said, I don't see you. I don't see you. I was at the wrong one. I had to get in the car and go downtown.
Yeah.
My mistake. All right. Well, you gonna do rank advancements, Deb, or did you already do that?
I didn't do it. I can do that right now. I think David and I were talking about how it seems to be a little bit slower week, even though it's a recruiting week. I think so many people are tuning into the lectures that's what they're doing a lot of, and they're going a lot longer. I was thinking they were going to be an hour and a half. But anyway, so we had some, we did have some rank advancements this week. And we had, excuse me, we had a couple of new directors. And a director is when you first become involved, you're an associate. And then as you sign up, 2 people, you have one on your left and one on your right, and you become a director. So our new directors are Alvin Cooper and Deborah Lee. And those are the 2 new directors this week. And then once you gather 300 points on both sides in a single week, you become a Director 300 as your lifetime rank. And the Director 300s we have this week are Christina Hovreth Sia and Irene Wee. I think that's it. Yep. And then 700 points on both sides in a single week get you to the Director 700 level right before you get to the executive levels. And our new Director 700s this week are Muriel Kadzamont, Oasis of Hope, which is Vincent Ho, I guess I should say that, Chin Neo Ami So, Lei Chu Lim, Susan Yeung, Edward and Ida Yi, Claire Nigro, and Chu Kui Tan. Those are all our new Director 700s this week.
And Edwina Lee is the upline diamond on a lot of these. She's going crazy over there.
Yes, she is. And then we didn't have any bronze executives, which is our first leadership level, but we did have a new silver. And that is 3,000 points on both sides and 3 Director 300s in a week. And Paul Teo was our new brand new silver executive. And we have 1 new gold executive, which is 5,000 points on both sides and 4 Director 300s, all in 1 single week. And that's Lu Yi Pang. And again, as David's pointing out, that's a lot of Edwina Lee's people. And she is going crazy. And we congratulate her and the team that she's building over there immensely.
And a lot of them are moms and no network marketing experience at all. I mean, just reading the books, doing it, meeting people and introducing people to the upline just for third-party validation. Pretty amazing. Congrats, everybody. And also, I just went and checked, Shannon, it's already up. I think everybody has seen this website and how to use it, Real Redox results. You know, there's every week Alan adds them. Shannon, he already added you. There you are. 7 minutes and 55 seconds of just something remarkable.
And everybody should be really proud that I kept it under 8 minutes because Alan worked with me on that timeline for a long time.
Yeah.
Because as you know, I get emotional and then I start talking and then I kind of go around the bush a few times. And it was really, really, really helpful to have. I actually missed Zoom for Saturday because I was still on the phone with him. So it was like, really, I want to thank Debbie because she's the one that kind of helped kind of gear that in that direction. And it was.
You are so welcome. Your story had to be.
If people use this and get parents to this, you will have impacted lots of lives. I mean, these stories are just remarkable, everybody. I honestly, if you're not using this site, you really should. I shot a video on how to do it. Alan shot a video. You just get people here, you find out their hot button. If they got hair loss, if that happens to be their hot button, you send them, they listen to the video, they click hair loss, and it filters out the testimonials that have hair loss. You know, numbness, you click it, there's one on numbness, joint discomfort. You probably have a lot, but it pulls them all out. And you familiarize yourself with the one that's most impactful or relate, you think it hits that person. It's worth the time to go through this to familiarize yourself with it. And maybe make some notes that if you're sending somebody with memory, you click it, which one of these stands out as the most, facts tell and stories sell. The ones that are emotional and you can feel the story when they tell the story is the most impactful. But it's a great job, and you're already up. You're number 58. We got a bunch of people. We got a bunch of people on our team in here. there, look at this, just on this first one, we got Lynn and Danielle Matthews. You got Dr. Ed, he's in your group, Deb.
Mm-hmm.
We got, who else is here on our group? Let's see, let me scroll down. Let's see.
Well, there's Donna Wilkerson, there's Kevin Gadney, there's, I don't know who that is.
What else is on here? I saw a few. There's Carolyn Hoffman.
Tim
Hey,
Zeman.
David, it's Buffy. I've got a question.
Sure, Buff.
Hey, can we search by name in there?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not like a See a Healthy Self. It's by the issue.
Yeah. Okay. So, but there's no search like to isolate anything. We're scrolling down, and because I've been trying to figure out if there's a quicker way to go in there, and I forget which ones are where. You know.
Well, the way to find it filters them. So if you know it's an asthma issue, click breathing, and it'll pull all the breathing issues up that have the word breathing in it. And
right.
It's not foolproof, right? But
right.
if you want to hear doctors giving their own product testimonial, then click health professional. That's what I do. I mean, Lyme disease, I'm going to click tick bite.
Right. Okay. So like the one that was just put up there, what's the category? Is it children or, because I don't know, I don't see children.
Let's see, maybe he didn't do it yet.
So I know that it for sure will be under neurology. I'm unclear if we will be included in breathing and if there is anything as far as attention or even spectrum behavior. While my son is not on the spectrum, he had some impulsivity and things like that was touched on.
Right.
I asked Alan that myself.
Here, I just
Speech,
put in.
it should also be included under, but again, I'm not sure because I didn't even know we were up yet.
All right, so I just put in speech, and there it came up for speech. It may come up under something else.
Comes up under breathing and neurology.
Neurological for sure, because the main story is seizures.
Yeah.
Not spectrum though.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
It,
All right.
it came up there too. Yep.
Okay. Thanks.
And also on breathing.
Right.
So, yeah, because a lot of people share multiple things. So he sticks them in there like that. And it works out great. Very powerful because you're looking at it. You're not reading it. Your prospect, the person you're trying to help, is not reading it. They're watching and listening and feeling it. I love it.
Hey, David.
I love Healthy Self too. So the ones that are videos are great, and the ones that are written are great too. I just think, I don't think it's just me. I think it's much more impactful when you're seeing the person tell the story. When that lady Pat talked about her memory and how she was leaving the water on and couldn't remember things, and she got in the car and she was roasting to death and opened the door and it was 90 degrees outside, but it felt like an air conditioning. The car's probably 150 degrees and she was boiling alive thinking that someone was coming to drive her somewhere. She was getting in to drive and totally didn't remember. You can feel it. And a lot of the stories are like that. You can feel Shannon when she talks about it. So
Carolyn said something.
Well, I think you, Debbie, who was the member of your team? This is a while back that told the story of their child or the grandchild who didn't speak and came up and said to the grandfather, "Are you going to take me to school?"
Oh, that's John Parziale.
Because I think that, Buffy, was what you were trying to ask me about. And I said, I think this was on the team. That was where you said, where was it? I have no idea because I just heard it here on the call.
Yeah, that's John Parziale. He's in Florida near, not far from Jackie and from Jackie Davidson and Nancy Scharf. I don't know. I'll go, while you're talking, I'll go look and see if I can find it in a See a Healthy Self.
Thank
He'd
you.
actually be a great one to have on Alan Noble, actually.
Yeah, the one I'm looking for is, I don't remember the story, but I believe it was that they couldn't get a SIA into Australia. And so there were several children who were spectrum kids, nonverbal, and getting the gel on their body. They were becoming verbal and,
Yeah.
you know, getting enough gel. Is that story somewhere?
I don't know.
No.
I don't
Okay.
know. Message Dan Doyle or on Facebook, or who are the other Ambassador Diamonds, Deb? I think
Justin and Nicole Phillips.
Justin and Nicole. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Will do.
Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
That's where we're at.
I miss Angel.
Hello. So we've been here to training that we can keep the people who said no initially, to keep them updated, right? If we ask a question, hey, do you mind if I keep you updated? And I'm just wondering what kind of system is the best that we can use to keep people in the loop, and also what information should we send afterwards to keep drilling them?
Well, I should let David, because you hear from me all the time. And thank you for your beautiful post the other day.
Oh, of course.
Anyway.
That's a great picture, right?
It
Well,
was. Thank you.
You just have to have some system in place. So if, like, and again, this is like when I did that video on the chicken list, these are the people I really focus on. I mean, these are the ones that I keep. I got 5, 10, 20 people on the chicken list. I'm not chicken because I've called them, but those are the ones that I really want to put extra time into, you know, keeping them in line and in touch. And if I know what their hot button is and they have an autistic son and they blew it off and I did a 3-way and they still weren't doing it, anytime I see anything that has to do with spectrum behavior or stress parents are going through, then I'll say, hey, take a look at this. I thought of you. I'm not giving up on you. I care about you. And that's what I do. I've got somebody I've been prospecting for a while who has got like 175,000 followers on LinkedIn and an influencer. And I know that she's got a son that's got some issues, but she's just I went through the process properly. She just is not doing it. And nice, but she's also running Ironman now. And I noticed that she was going to Cozumel to run in this Ironman thing. And I know that Marcia White, who's an Ambassador Diamond, and is doing it also. So I sent her, it just in my mind, it popped. Okay, I'll send her a message. And I took a picture of Marcia White's post about running in Cozumel. And I said, she's an Ambassador Diamond. In a company, her husband is on the medical board of physical therapists. You might run into her. If you do, say hello for me. And then she said, do you know Dexter Yates? And I said, yes, I do. And so, you know, we started conversing a little bit. You know, like I say, the guy that comes to cut my grass with a do-rag on, smoking a doobie, I'm not gonna, you know, if his arm hurts and he has to put some gel on, I want to help him, but I'm not going out of my way to be doing all this stuff. It's just not worth my time. I mean, I want to help everybody, but you got to pick and choose. There's enough people out there to
that makes sense.
You know, but that's what I do. And then if I don't just let it fly, I will put it in my calendar, like, you know, touch base or drip on whoever. So if I get to that day, I'm like, oh gosh, let me see, when did I talk to him yet last? And Jeannie's great for all that, keeping track of all that. I mean, if
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it makes it
Jeannie
so
puts
easy.
them into a drip list for you and reminds you to send things. And one of the things I really like, because Trish can do a very short brief with photos a lot of times. Did you know? And it gives you a lot of information about ASEA or VIA or a lot of different things. And so I drip with that. What I do is copy and paste it onto a Word document, and I just save it under a folder. Did you know? So I can go in there. I've got hundreds of them. Did you know that this raises glutathione, blah, 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 blah. Did you know that, you know, this helps your cells regenerate 16% faster? I mean, it's all these little things, and you can just send them. Did you know? And it catches their attention.
Hey, and look,
I think that's great drip stuff.
yeah, and if you know somebody that's really overweight or losing their hair or something, and you see a testimonial come up, and you just think, like, you know, you don't want to offend them, but I know that you had asked about this, you know.
Hey, I know you're really fat, and I know
Well,
you've been
you know what I mean.
No, I know.
Yeah, thank you. That's really, really great feedback because
Yeah,
I don't believe you can track everybody because we talk to many, many people, and that's the point. So I like the idea you prioritize.
Yeah, prioritize and watch Facebook if you're on social media, because people will post things like, you know, pray for somebody or something, or I was in a look at the cast on my arm, you know, take your shot. You know, if you hit a person at the right time, you know, you're the white knight when you ride up sometimes, and you were the pain in the butt 6 months before, but now it's like you're the savior. So you got to be there at the right time. Don't give up. That's why they say follow up. It's following up. I don't know what the average is. It's 5, 6, 7 times or something like that to follow up. The average. Some people will say yes the moment you talk to them, and sometimes it just takes follow up. If you don't, someone else will get them. Someone else will get them.
Angel's very good about following up and getting in touch with people, especially on Facebook.
Oh my God, it takes so long.
It does, but you're very good at it.
Like really? You
Yes.
look at it for 2 months.
Hey, David, do you have suggestions for showing up as the white knight as opposed to the ambulance chaser?
Asking questions. You don't jump in and say, I've got something to make you feel better. It's like, hey, let's set a time to talk. I message them. Let's set a time to talk for a few minutes, just a couple minutes. And then you say, how you doing? How you doing through COVID? Hey, listen, I noticed you mentioned it. You put it on a post, and I just want you to know what I know. I'm not doing this for any other reason except because I care about you, or, you know, it depends how close they are to you, but maybe it's your time, and tell a story. Think of somebody that, you know, there was somebody I was sharing this with an autistic child, didn't listen. I followed up and mentioned something, and that saw a post, and now she's so thankful. I mean, real stories, you got to have real stories like that to tell, but make them realize that you want them to know, you don't need them to know, and give them examples, and just say, I saw a post, what's going on with that? You know, and if they blow it off, they blow you off. It's like, there's nothing lost. It hurts because you're trying, like I say, you're knocking on their door saying the building's on fire, you know, get out. No, thank you very much. You know, they don't believe you. If they believed you, they'd get the hell out of the building, but they don't believe you, and it hurts. And, you know, you just gotta, you know, Jackie, your skin's a lot thicker than it was. Your skin gets thick, and it's like, okay, you know, just next, you know, they're down the road, they're not ready yet.
I'm sure we all have experience where, like, I mean, I try to, like, okay, here's some information, this can help you. If they turn it down, I'm like, that's on you. But then there's those people that you really, really care about, and I might be a little overly passionate when I'm talking to them, and they're like, ah!
Well, that's something that you tweak. And one thing you can do, and I'm telling you, with that Real Redox results thing, is when you set a time to talk, if you could Zoom with them, and you know there's a testimonial that they need to hear, if it's a child with seizures or parent with dementia or whatever, be ready. Say, I need you to see this, okay? And then share your screen. You tell them how many minutes it is, and say, look, they're all things. See, it says tick bite, this, that. I need you to hear one person. It's 6 minutes, okay? That's it. And afterwards, if you don't want to talk anymore, that's totally fine. You have to see this. Boom. You've zipped your lip. You're letting someone else do it. It's emotional. That's the power of that thing. It isn't just sending it to people. You can play it, and you can watch their face as they're watching it.
It's almost like growing up TikTok, isn't it?
There you go. There you go. It's great. Everybody's got a 3-way in their pocket. Then they mention another issue. Oh, let's go check that. Well, what does it do for MS? Well, let me check. Oh, we don't have one here yet, but here I'll show you where you can go. See, now you've got them engaged, instead of blowing, they're thinking this is a solution to their problem, possibly. And, then you're inviting them to a webinar and setting up a follow-up the next day because you're going to send them some information.
The last couple that was on, Francois and Ricky, they literally had never done network marketing now. And I know I hate telling these stories, but they went diamond in 7 days or something incredible by keeping it simpler than I've ever heard. So they literally set the appointment, like David just said, call them. Could you speak to me for 5 minutes on Thursday at 3 or whatever? And then while they're talking, that's what he does, bring up the video, just like David just said. And they watch it. Well, if it's a Zoom, you can watch them. And then they said, would you, and then he says, but this isn't necessarily somebody you're like chasing, who you want to help that you've seen on Facebook. But anyway, the next thing he says is we work as a team. And I just would like to have David on to tell you a story. That's all he says, to tell you a story. And then David gets on and tells a story that would be pertinent to this guy because you've already told David who it is. And that's how they went to diamond, literally in 7 days.
I haven't heard the story. Who are they?
Ricky and Francois. I didn't even look up what company they're with, but they were one of I think they were the last couple on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody in ASEA. I'm sorry, your recruiting challenge.
Yeah, the recruiting challenge. But I thought, well, that's even simpler than, trying to, it's a simple way to say, I just want to know, I want you to know we work as a team. And I'm going to have Dorothy Dabney on. She's got a story very similar to yours, and I'd like her to just share with you. And it's not intimidating then, it's a story. I'm not getting the expert on to tell you all about this to try to persuade you to join. It's telling a story. So I just thought that was a brilliant way of saying things. And it's just to show you that, I've heard a lot of this stuff over and over, just like David has, just like many of you have. And, you can always learn new stuff. Definitely.
Well, it's funny because when Edwina does the call with me on Mondays,
yep,
that's at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, which is 8:30 p.m. in Asia. But the first 30 minutes is testimonials. I come in like usually about 10 of, and I usually hear like the last testimonial. And today Tatiana Paule was the last one. Steve Attard was on too. So it was usually a couple people from Asia or Europe and the United States.
Right.
And Tatiana was going over time. And it cuts into my time, which means I cut into Edwina's time. But Edwina texted me and said, I didn't say anything about going over, but Edwina said, this is the power. This is the power of it. It's the stories. And I think sometimes we forget that. And that's why what Carolyn's doing on Tuesdays with the Tip Talk, and what I try to do when I do presentations is I'll pick a powerful story that's a short one on Real Redox results. Because number one, they're hearing a story. Number two, I'm teaching them how to fish. I point out how many, when we're done, you can go here. You're probably thinking of someone you love, a mother, father, brother, sister, child that's got an issue. Look at all these things. This is a great resource, and there's a new one added every week. And there's a live explanation. If you want the full 30-minute explanation, go to discoverasea.net and they can watch it. But stories are where it's at.
Absolutely. And that's 8:30 Eastern time on Mondays.
It's 7:30 Eastern Monday morning.
Oh, I thought that was the other one, the Philippine one.
They're both that time.
They're both that time. Okay.
Yeah, because that makes it 8:30 in Asia.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we do Q&A. And people hang. Today there were like 85 people on. And then when I finished mine, and then we shifted to business, it dropped to about 70. And then when we were done, which was late because we were behind, we said, now, any other questions on product? All the questions are gone. Okay, we're going to switch to business questions now. So anybody that came just for product can welcome to stay, but we're not going to talk about product anymore. And we shifted to business questions and it dropped to about 39. But that was 39 people. Many were associates, relatively new, but they were asking really good questions. And there were some prospects that were asking, one Sarah was asking a lot of questions. So, but the testimonials got them there. I mean, it was just that I walk in, and one time there's 120 people there, you know?
Can you record it one time? I can try to get up at 5:30.
Yeah, well, Edwina starts it, so just ask Edwina to record it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had a lot of people on and you were having a lot of stories, I'd love to hear.
Yeah, she always has 4 stories. 4 stories. And I put it on Facebook. I mean, it's this link. It's every Monday at 7:30 a.m. 30-minute testimonial, and then I do about 40 minutes on the product and taking it and validation, and then she does about 10-15 minutes on the business, and then we answer questions. So it's a long thing. If you do the whole testimonial, it's an hour and a half, plus people stay for more questions, it could be longer, but it's 30 minutes of stories is worth it. That's what draws them in. They say, I'll come for that. A lot of them say, I'll come for that, but I don't want to see the rest of it. But they stay. I look at the numbers don't drop because I shift right in to Real Redox results. And I say, that's not what you just heard is not atypical. Our hope is that you see what this does and you tell your story because this is that important, and take a look. And I show them a See a Healthy Self, and I show them Real Redox results, and I show them on the screen. I say, this is huge. This is much bigger than you, and nobody leaves.
Yep.
Well, we do that. Well, we don't do testimonials on Tuesday evening, but Carolyn does. Dr. Hoffman does them at 7:10 Eastern at the Tip Talk. And she has 2 testimonials. She answers some questions, and that leads right into 8 p.m. Eastern when either she or I are doing that with Q&A.
Right.
So, people say 7:30 in the morning is too early for me at Eastern time. Well, no excuse. And the numbers are nowhere near what they are for Asia on our Tuesday night ones. That's so underutilized. I'm stunned it isn't utilized more. You have medical professional board members there to answer questions and explain. It really is worth getting people there.
Absolutely.
Carolyn may look a little tired tomorrow because this week she really is doing 2 in the afternoon and 1 in the evening.
Hey, David, can I change the subject just a little bit?
Of course.
Do you get Bob and Trish's newsletter every week?
Yeah.
But today's was phenomenal. And so I wanted to put it out there to people that Trish and Bob Schwenkler are they're presidential diamonds, and they send out a newsletter, which Rhoda McChristie does every week. She does a great job. And this week's was a ton of links, scientific links, and it's called, here's a list of articles currently in the Did You Know archives. That was amazing. I mean, this is going to take me 2 days to go through, but if you want to subscribe to the weekly newsletter, go to ateamsupport.com and then scroll to the bottom of the page of ateamsupport.com and click on subscribe and put your name and your email. Very valuable newsletter.
Thanks, Amy. I've got her on the screen. So go to A-Team Support. The password is associate with a capital A to get in. And there they move it to the top of the page for the newsletter. It's worth getting it. And most of you probably get it. But in case you don't, let me show you what it looks like. Hey, Deb, how do you like the new picture?
Wow.
You didn't notice. Turn your screen off for a second. Look at the picture on the screen. Watch what happens when you turn your camera off. I mean.
Oh no.
Here, let me see.
There we are. So what app do you use to do that?
I'll show you in a second. It's really cool, everybody.
It's like a drawing.
Yeah, it's neat, isn't it?
Hmm?
It's really pretty cool. Oh, where is it? Come on, let's see. Hold on a minute. Let's just put in info, Bob Schwinkler, here it is. It's coming up. So here's today's. Did you know? Here it is. Got all these links for.
There
Yeah,
you go, Angel. I just was talking about them now. There's all the links for them.
And when you click on the links, it'll prompt you for a password, and the password is associate with a capital A. Just so you know.
Yeah, so you can just copy and paste that link, onto a Word document and have them all.
Well, that might be taking you, I don't know, that might be taking you into A-Team support because I'm already in it. Let's see if it asks for a password because I'm already in A-Team support. No, so she must have these posted within the site somewhere.
She does.
Yeah. So if you click on that link in the newsletter, it's asking you for the password because it's taking you into A-Team support.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and then it shows you what's going on. Here's Alan Noble on Thursday. There's Dr. Malmet on Friday. All the new diamonds and bronzes and everybody else. It's on. Hey, it's on the Winfrastructure document. If you go to the Winfrastructure document, our team's Winfrastructure document. And if you're new, you have to ask the person who introduced this to you, your sponsor, about this. But I'll show you. So there's the Winfrastructure document. And on the very first page, it's going to say, do these important things first. Watch the orientation video, download Zoom to your computer, ask your sponsor to add you to my or Debbie's Facebook group, and sign up for A-Team Support Weekly newsletter. I mean, it's right there. So good resources, and look, a lot of this stuff is below the line activity, but you're becoming aware of where the tools are and how to use them. And that's all we do. We are promoters and we promote people to review or experience a tool. The gel is a tool too.
Cool. And if you're a leader, people expect you to know some of the answers. So it's a good resource to go find answers as to what's happening and stuff. So.
And
Okay.
I'll just tell you one last thing when we go, just believe in yourself. I feel so, I mean, I can relate because I didn't believe in myself when I started network marketing. I'm like, I'm not gonna, this is so weird. I mean, I'm a doctor. I don't know how to do this, but the more I was at events and saw people who I hear their story and how they got to where they were and the struggles they had, the more I realized I can do this. I just have to be coachable. We come in, we're followers of leaders, then we become leaders of followers, and then we're leaders of leaders. And but you got to believe in yourself. There's no reason that anybody can't do this. I mean, I look at Ollie, right? He can't see what he's done and the people he's helped and his kids. It's really, anyway,
He's changing ASEA also. I don't know if many of you know this, but I've been on 2 Zoom calls with Ben Tyler and Shane Martindale, and they're actually getting disabled apps into ASEA so that people who can't see to begin with will be able to hear and listen when they see a video. Like they can't see a video, but they were listening to it at convention and all they were doing is hearing sound. And so now it's going to be described in detail and what's happening and all this kind of stuff. And so he's really changing ASEA to make it, because that's what he does it for a living. And he was a presidential advisor and all this kind of stuff. So he knows exactly what to do to get all this stuff done. So they're going to start with the blind and then they're going to go into the hearing also.
he was a presidential advisor to like the president of the United States.
Yep, exactly.
All right, so I put in the Zoom number.
President
I put in the Zoom number for the global expansion call that just started. If you want to jump over there, everybody, it's 850.
No, it's Discover ASEA.
Oh, that's right. It changed. Forget that. I'm sorry. Thank you. DiscoverASEA.com. Never mind what I just said.
Okay.
Delete.
Anyway.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. I'll talk to you from Florida.
Yeah, thanks.
Safe travels.
Yeah.
Thanks, team.
Drive
Thanks.
safely.
Thank
you. Good
night,
Thanks, everybody.